early thoughts are this was definitely a solid practice. 1-0, win the day, right? We talk about that. Winning's a habit. So we got to come out here every rep, win the period, win the day. And so today was that. What we saw out here today was good focus by the guys, really for the whole duration of the practice, one play at a time, focus. And then you're really looking to establish the right tempo. We want to be super competitive, but you also know we got to take care of our own guys. So I thought they did a great job at it.
All right, Michael Robertson, Sports Radio Service. So you've taken over a team that was formerly in the Pac-12, Pac-10 when you were playing, and now ACC. And of course, you played at Maryland. So what is this going to be like going against the ACC?
We're excited to be in the ACC. This is this conference is, I just think it's a great conference to be in. I think the level of play, the competitiveness in this conference it's really good. Really great quarterbacks all throughout the conference. The programs, the coaches, so we got a challenge, but we really are excited. We're excited to compete for an ACC championship. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to be all about. Every day we come out here, that goal is in mind, competing for an ACC championship, and we'll take step by step toward that goal.
Coach, how different is your personal experience in the team atmosphere now compared to doing this in the spring?
I felt different today in a good way. We got all our guys here. I just felt like they've done such good work on their own the last few months. We had our spring ball and the things that we could do as coaches, but there was a whole lot of time that they could work on their own. And today it was obvious to me they put in that work, and it was a great first day.
I know you don't like singling out individual guys, but what about an individual group that stood out to you today?
I was really happy how the quarterbacks handled the huddle, the whole tempo, just having command of the offense, and then on defense, I felt like, hey, the defense had a couple of nice interceptions, so I thought the secondary made some plays. You got to make those plays when they're available, and the couple that were available, they made, and loved seeing those team celebrations out there as well.
What's the plan as far as the quarterback reps and how you're divvying those out?
Yeah, we're splitting it up. It's open competition. We're obviously evaluating everything every day, every meeting, every walkthrough, every practice. It all matters. And so, we don't have a set deadline on when we're going to make that decision. We think it'll become clear and apparent. And in the meantime, we'll split the reps up appropriately, have a definite plan on how we're going to do that, and just let it fall into play.
Can you share a bit about the acquisitions of Ben and Dylan and having two transfers in here now?
Yeah, I'm excited to get those guys. They've really come in and fit in well and assimilated with the team well. Fast learners. They came here. Their tape coming in here was very impressive. So excited to have them part of the whole quarterback group.
So you, of course, were a really good quarterback in Maryland. You got Andrew Luck here as GM, legend here at Stanford. So what is it like working with him, and were you fond of him as a player himself?
Yeah, Andrew's phenomenal. Obviously a legendary quarterback, but really in his role here as GM under his leadership, I just think that this program is going to ascend. I think he's going to have a vision and a process that we're going to put into place that will help this program get back to where we want it to be.
All right.
Okay.
So last question.
Yep.
Last question. With the interim tag, how much can you really pour into the program? And are you looking at it as a one-year deal, or maybe go beyond this?
I think the interim tag is no hindrance whatsoever. I think everybody understands what the deal is. Andrew is the leader of the program. I'm all in, and the guys know I'm all in, and I'm excited about it. I cannot wait for this season has begun now, and training camp day one. I'm taking it. You always take the approach of, hey, this is my family. We're in it for the long haul. I know what Andrew's trying to build. I know how he's trying to build it, and I think I can play a significant role in that.
We'll end on this one. In the process of camp, how do you balance offensive success versus defensive success as a coach? What are you looking for out there? Because I know you want the offense to do well, but you also want to see the defense make some plays.
Yeah, we love to see the competitiveness out there. And listen, my experience in all the years of being in this league as a player and a coach, being around football as a player and a coach, is you get in training camp, you're going to have, like you said, there's going to be days where it feels like, man, the defense dominated today. and then invariably the next day the offense dominates, and then you have a lot of back and forth days. So that's all part of it. You want to see how guys respond to it in the practice as follow-up practices. We look forward to those competitive days.
Sorry for asking, sorry, but what are the biggest kind of advantages and challenges of playing in week 0?
I mean, just getting going. I mean, the players have worked so hard, in the off season, and we're all eager, to get going. We get on the practice field and start to do our thing, and I think that's the biggest advantage.
What about is there a challenge that doesn't?
I don't think so. I don't see any downside to it. I like getting started earlier, and then we got a bye week. We play week 0, and then we got a week to kind of reset. So I like the way it's set up for us.